survivor. I'm a survivor, survivor. Who will be the ultimate survivor? Let's find out when you spend a day in our shoes. All you creators, our sanctuary is waiting. Who will win the title? Well, it could be you. Survivor, survivor. I'm a survivor.
And hello to all of you wonderful and just such sweet people. You know, it's always fun sitting here on the computer. I'm always early and I'm waiting for things to get started, but I try to be punctual and I don't want to start early. I want to go right at noon or whatever the time the live is scheduled. So what I do is I'm sometimes sitting here for 15, 20 minutes or so waiting. And then once I get everything kind of set up, YouTube will inform or notify its people early. And so sometimes they'll jump into what we call the green room. So I can see their comments in the chat. They can't see me yet. And I love just watching people have conversations. And here's what I'm going to say, and you can say yes or no to this, but I do believe that there have been friendships created amongst people who have never met in real life, but who do follow the channels, maybe channels plural, religiously. And if you have made friends with somebody, look at the people who are saying yes. And I just love that. So, you know, it's crazy because I tell you guys all the time that we will more than likely never meet in real life. But there are people that you just come to love and appreciate so darn much. And isn't that nuts how it all got started on an animal channel that we just come to? Look at the people saying yes to that. That's beautiful. And I will say that that's just one of the blessings of having a social media channel. You know, sometimes we get worked up with stuff, the comments and the this and that, but ultimately and over when all is said and done, this is a beautiful thing to have so many people who are actually friends. Now, I will say that my mom and dad take it to the next level. I will go ahead and say that my mom and dad take that friend thing to the next level. If you guys thought that I was bad about not knowing boundaries, you know, Jamie has always been a little bit more cautious when it comes to the boundaries and stuff with people that you don't actually know, and for good reason. If you guys know the page and you've been following long enough, you do know that we have had 2 incidents with total strangers who we allowed or invited onto the property, who tried to really do something devious and dirty. But we were blessed to get out of both of those. It did cost us some money with attorney fees, retainer fees, but it's a scary world. But mom and dad have also made friends who they actually call and talk to and chit chat with and visit. You heard me right, visit. And I'm thinking, what are you doing? Yeah, that I know. Well, listen, they're from a different generation, and from a different generation, they don't really, I think, and this is, I'm just guessing and saying this, but I do think that folks from a different generation feel a little bit differently about how you interact with each other. People from our generation, and most of us are around the same age, we're a bit more cautious. We kind of have seen some of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we also watch way too much Lifetime TV. And when you watch too much Lifetime TV, it can warn you. It can really worry you about how much you actually engage with people and how much you let them into your world. We have friends who also do social media, especially Jamie, who have had babies, and they refuse to ever put their babies onto social media just because of some of the negativity and the worries that are out there. So, yes, you have to keep your guard up. And then, of course, everyone knows that Jamie had a really scary incident this past week where she feels like someone followed her home. They met her right as she was leaving out of the jail and followed her all the way here to Longhorn Lester's. She was aware of it. She and I were on the phone together, and I was telling her, kind of coaching her what to do and what not to do. And it's really scary. It's really scary. And then, you know, I've also talked a little bit about the people who try to find ways to interrupt the live videos. Now, you can't do it today because I'm on a computer. When you're on a computer, there ain't nothing you can do to interrupt my live. So sorry. But, you know, it's like people sometimes want to interact with you. And I told Jamie, I'm not Harrison Ford. It's not like I'm Val Kilmer or Brad Pitt. I'm Lester. I'm Longhorn Lester. And people act like, oh my God, I want to call Lester. I'm calling Lester. And that's just so weird to me, y'all. Well, I mean, I don't mean it in a mean way. I'm not trying to call you weird, but it is a little bit weird to me to have people react and act like that. Because I'm just one of you, y'all. I am one of you. I'm not one of those folks. I'm one of you. I've just found a way, a blessing, really, an open door into social media. And I took a leap of faith into that open door. And here we find ourselves 7 darn years later. 7 years later, I want to talk about Roman. And I've also invited a guest to come on. And I hope that guest is able to make it because, you know what this is? You know what this is over here, y'all. This is my Christmas game that we came up with. I didn't come up with it. I mean, come on. It's a game that we all watched on TV probably 10, 15 years ago. And then we, whenever I take the boys to Chuck E. Cheese or the main event, now we don't go there as much anymore, but you can, Molly, are you going to start already with Molly's going to start with me already. If y'all don't know where Molly's going with this, let me go ahead and show you. Oh, Molly, where'd your comment go? I laugh, Molly. I can't find, here we go. Molly's like, oh, good. Deal or no deal? Listen, I'm sorry, okay? I am from the deep South. They never taught us to pronunciate the way you all do, okay? They're just lucky we can talk. They're just lucky that we can talk down here. And so if you can talk and communicate, then that's all they're wanting to get out of your mouth, is that you can communicate effectively, okay? Sorry. Oh my goodness gracious. And guess what? Speak of the devil, not literally. Our special guest has just arrived and she has just jumped into the green room. So we're going to talk all about Roman. Don't worry. We will talk all about everything there is to know about everything around here. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and introduce our special guest. And I will say this. I have never met her before, never met her until right now. She's always been just a name on the screen. And I think that you may recognize this name. My friends, with no further ado, let's all say hi to hello to Miss Christy Smith. Hello, sweet lady.
Hello. Hi, hello, everybody. Hi, Lester.
What a beautiful smile you have.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's gorgeous. What did you do?
I just said I'd try to keep them clean and pearly white.
Oh, man, that's beautiful. And where are you at? Are you at home right now?
I'm at home. My husband and I live in Hawaii.
You're in Hawaii?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm jealous. Tell me about life in Hawaii.
Well, we're California natives.
Okay.
Over here, I think 6 years now, and it's been quite the adjustment.
I bet.
Yeah.
Really, though, I bet you California life and Hawaii life might have some similarities, no?
Not much. Not much. All of our family and kids are over there. So, we're basically missionaries over here right now.
Okay.
On an island with the live volcano, and it's...
Oh. So, I'm guessing that the wildfires was that last year, did not affect you guys on the island that you're on?
Yeah, no, that was Maui. Yeah, we're on the island.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful. And the cost of living, I've only heard, I know it's high in California. Is it even higher in Hawaii?
Yeah, like a carton of nice eggs is like $12 to $16.
Wait, yeah. Carton?
A loaf of cheap bread is like $4.
Oh my goodness. I knew it was high, but I did not know it was that high.
You don't eat.
You just stop eating, huh? Or have you learned what fruits that grow naturally around you you can eat to save some money?
Papayas, bananas. That part's wonderful.
Well, in case people in the chat do not know, this is Miss Christy Smith, and I've never met her, but here's how we've all come to know her. You might recognize her as one of the moderators on the page. Miss Christy, do you know, would you happen to know, remember the date that you got a notification that says Lester's asked you to moderate? Do you remember that day?
I do remember the day.
Do you happen to know why I asked you? Would you ever know why?
You said because I was positive.
Yes. So then, the thing is, you and I have never talked one-on-one, but that is the truth. You guys know that I go back and I always read through my comments, usually after the fact, as they go by so fast to read during. You would know that from moderating. So you can't catch every comment. But over time, names begin to stand out to people. And not knowing you from the next guy, I'm like, this Christy Smith is always so positive. She's always uplifting. She's always finding ways to kind of redirect the chat back to a positive, happy place. Never mean, you never scold. And those were back in the days before you had that little moderator wrench beside your name, right? And so we were having a lot of issues with our page getting kind of in a scary place. I don't want to say a dark place, but just kind of scary with having so much negativity. And I was like, Jamie, I'm going to have to get some actual moderators here. And we talked about it, she and I, and she says, go ahead. So I began to look kind of like a subconscious kind of watching and waiting and noticing certain things here and there. And so sure enough, one day I saw that you were helping out a whole lot without being asked to. And I'm just like, you know what? And I right-clicked on my computer and I have options what I can do with each individual. And of course, there's all the usual, remove the comment, ban the person, or add this person as a moderator. And I clicked that. And I'll tell you what, I have been so blessed to have you along with some really other wonderful ladies. And that's why I've asked you to join us today, so I could get the chance to know you, and these wonderful people in the chat can get to know you as well. So thank you so much for joining.
You're welcome. I know it is a great group of women you have. I've made some good friendships with those.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And then I told you, and I told all the moderators when we chatted that I will not get personal. I'll just keep it upbeat, more like an interview style. What time is it there in Hawaii?
It is 8:20, 8:10, something.
PM.
AM.
So it's wait, now is it Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Okay, so you are behind us then.
I'm 4 hours behind you.
I'm so sorry. I know geography very well, but I don't know where that line starts to know the.
It still confuses me. So that's why I catch the I'm a Survivor live. That's if I'm having some insomnia, because that's like 3 a.m. But I try to join.
Oh, no. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense then. So whenever I asked if you would go live, that was probably you were still asleep when you got that text this morning then, I'm guessing.
I didn't get a ton of sleep. I was nervous.
Oh, no. You were nervous about this?
But it's fun now that I'm here, and it's just talking to you, and I'm sure a few hundred people.
Yeah, a few thousand, but no, hey, who's counting?
Who's counting? But
so I'm just curious, on your end, can you see the chat or can you only see me?
I decided not to do that. I'm not as talented as Teresa.
I think that what Teresa did was had her TV on maybe, and she was on her computer. I'm not real sure how she did it. So I noticed her looking off to the side. She was clever. She's trying to talk to me and read, probably moderate at the same time. Teresa's probably like sitting there moderating the whole time we're having our interview.
Yeah, she did that. But yes, I think she said her TV.
That's funny. Are you a coffee drinker?
I am.
Do you do flavored coffees?
I like caffeine. So yes, I would drink a flavored coffee.
But you normally have it just black and sugar or something, or what?
No, I usually put like heavy cream in it and fake sugar.
How about your husband? How does he drink his coffee?
He'll same way. He likes it sweet.
Okay.
I do keto or carnivore diet.
Oh, okay.
And yeah. he does cheetavore. So cheat. He just cheats on whatever he
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
or whatever.
That's really funny. So do you think lesser of a man who can only have French vanilla creamer? I'm just curious. I'm just trying to see where we stand here.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, thank you, Lord, for that. Thank
That
you,
would
Lord.
be preference.
Okay. No, I laugh that my dad can do black coffee, and most guys that I know could just do black coffee, but I can't not. I just need to have some French vanilla, or I'd rather have nothing. Maybe a Dr. Pepper. So
Where I learned to do black coffee?
why?
I spent some time in jail, and in jail they only give you black coffee. So
Wait, I'm hoping you mean for the missionary work.
no, before the missionary work, I'm a survivor.
Tell me about your, well, let's hear your story. If you don't mind, let's hear your story.
Okay. In a quick nutshell, I was a
Okay.
raised in a home similar to your home with
Okay.
a family. Police officer, got married, and he did the cheating and all that. And I went off the deep end and became a criminal. It was most wanted for a while, and then did some time in jail, and then got clean off drugs and been clean for 17 years. And my life is completely awesome now.
That is darn beautiful. Nikki Hayes over here in the comments, I actually posted it to the screen. She puts in all caps, we all have a story. And don't we all, though? And that's the thing is, that's beautiful. You know what? I had no idea. But look at this. We have us a fugitive, y'all. We have us a most wanted here as a moderator. That's just wonderful.
I made my parents proud.
Yes, you did. I am so proud of you. And then getting off of the substances and stuff, how hard was that for you? Because I bet that was tough.
I was in jail long enough that it was pretty easy.
Oh, so you were kind of like forced off the hard way. There was no weaning you off.
But jail's great for that. Some people need jail. I needed jail.
Oh, well, you can admit it now at least. Do you guys have kids?
I have two grown children.
Okay.
My daughter and my husband. We're a remarriage, so my husband has 5.
Okay.
Children and grandchildren.
That's beautiful. And do they live there on the islands, or are they back in the States?
Everyone's in California and some in Nevada.
Okay. Do you see them very often, or do y'all travel home? Do they come to see you guys, or do y'all not get the chance to see as much?
We try to. My husband actually just got back from seeing all the grandkids and kids last night.
Yeah.
So we have animals, so we kind of tag team it sometimes.
Oh boy, you have animals. Let's hear about the animals.
Oh no, I have
You like to divide and conquer like Jamie and I do a lot.
right. Yeah, I have your favorite animal.
A goat?
No, the other favorite.
Wait, Ringo's my favorite animal.
No, I have chickens.
Oh, I was gonna say you have an ostrich too.
Oh yeah, I have chickens, and
You're messing with me because I can't stand chickens.
I know, and I was ashamed to tell you, but I have chickens and a couple roosters, and I'm like the island egg hatcher.
Are you serious? Well, I bet you save a ton of money by having your own chickens there.
Very true. Well, actually, you and I know you don't save any money with your own.
Well, you could, if you there is a way to make chickens cheaper, but a lot of people want to treat their chickens like they do their indoor pets and have all the things.
Right.
Yo, Lord, I have to roll my eyes at that, Miss Christy. I don't know.
Yeah,
But listen, Susan says Christy is an inspiration, and I would certainly agree with that. That's powerful. Your story. I had no idea, and I'm so happy that you were able to come on here and share it.
So if you want to fire me as a mod after that.
No. I want to pay you something, which leads into our game. Are you ready to play?
Yeah, I'm excited. I love this game.
First of all, how do you say it? How would you pronounce the name of the game?
Deal or no deal.
Okay. Did you just say deal or no deal?
Yes, I did. But I talk Texan because I've been watching your channel for so long.
No, I want to hear how you would really say it.
Deal or no deal.
Yes. So what's wrong with everybody?
Oh,
What's wrong with all these crazy Yankees up north, I guess? Sheesh. Well, we're going to play us some deal or no deal. And do you know how the game goes? You remember?
I do.
We're going to make one little alteration. The problem is there's no one here to be the banker. You're going to have to trust me as the banker, okay? But I'm going to be pretty fair. So I'm going to have you select one that we're going to pull off, which will be your lucky envelope, right? After that, you're going to choose 3, which will leave us with 5 on the table. Then you're going to select 2, which will leave us with 3 still on the table. And at that point, we're going to choose 1, which will leave us with 2 still on the board, and then 1 more to extend the game a little bit longer, okay? And make it a little bit more entertaining. You okay with that? Okay, so just so you all remember, and I can remind everybody at home, these are the dollar amounts that are inside the envelopes. Now, they're all in random order. There's a $1, a $2. Can you see that? There's a $5, a $10. There's a 20, a 25, a 50, 75, and a 100. Now, of course, you want to get the biggest number possible. I do think that Miss Teresa last week won 25, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, she did.
And what I will do is, as of today, it's just virtual. But I will find a way, either through PayPal or Cash App or Zelle or however you do it, I will find a way to send you your money just in time for Christmas, okay? And that's my way of saying thank you so much for helping on the page. Let me ask you before we start playing, though, and I know you're revving to go, aren't you? You just revving to go? What is the easiest thing, or let's say the funnest thing, the funner and gooderest thing? And then what is the hardest thing about moderating for a channel like ours? Okay, like mine. I know it can't be easy.
The easiest thing is I truly love you and Jamie and what your content is about.
Okay.
And you have my full support. So when people, I don't have a problem painting you in a positive light because you are positive.
Oh,
It's people that come in that don't necessarily have any idea the history or where you're coming from. And, all they see is that little 10, 15-minute snippet. And
yeah. Yes. That's always hard. And, for me, because I'm guessing you guys also, you read a lot of comments now, it's easy to see who knows the story and who has not watched in 3 or 4 months and who's just jumping on. And some of the things, so you can't control that. I know we can't control that. I'm just blessed to have people who want to watch. So I get it. And I know.
Awesome.
Say again?
In your comments. You do have awesome followers. It's just the ones or twos. You know what I mean?
I would agree. And people remind me of that all the time. People always tell me, Lester, there's 99% of these comments are really positive. Don't let those few negative drive you nuts. And I have to learn that. It's just not so easy for me sometimes. But nonetheless, do your chickens have names? Please tell me.
They're named after most of your animals.
Oh, no. You are a sicko. You're a real sicko. What are their names? Tell me.
And I got a corny. So, yeah, I'm a sicko. I'm a fan.
Well, are you so sick that you drive your husband nuts with talking about I'm a Survivor or Longhorn Lester stuff?
He knows all. He knew all about when we found Uncle Gary. I had him praying for Uncle Gary.
Oh no! Does he just hate me?
I don't think he hates you. No. He knows you're the other man, but.
Oh no! Okay, well, woo. Okay.
In a good way.
Thank you, Miss Christy. Wow. And I also want to say thank you for sharing your story. What an inspiration! I am so darn happy to have you on today. Okay. Have you been thinking at all about these 9 envelopes and the one that you're going to select as your favorite or the one that you want to pull to the side? Let me show them to you again. And then if anybody who's watching wants to try to help you select, or even though Christy may not read your comment, which envelope would the chat select? And you might find out later if you would have won or not. So everyone can say the number that you think might be the lucky envelope. And Chrissy, just ignore my ragtag operation over here. Let me show you something. I do have a whole lot better setup. Did you see these yet?
Yeah, those will be great.
These are going to be great when I actually play in real life person. But having that we're on a video here. There's no way to do that here. So, all right. So here are all of the envelopes. I am reading all kinds of numbers flying across the screen. But which do you want to select as your favorite envelope, or at least the one that you think might hold the most cash?
I hope a few people are guessing number 3.
You want to go with number 3. Okay, I'm going to take number 3 and pull it off of here. We will not look inside of it yet, okay? But I will take number 3. Ah! I am a mess. I'm going to take number 3 and I'm going to tape it over here to the wall. Can you see this over here?
Uh-huh.
Okay, there is your lucky envelope. And I will not touch that one again unless you're ready for me to open it, okay? Okay, now at this point, remember, these are the quantities in the envelopes. What you're going to do is select 3, and we will open them as we go so you can see them. And at that point, the banker will give you a call to give you an offer, okay? You can take the offer and be done, or you can keep playing and try to win more, okay? And
numbers. If they could throw up some numbers for Lester and he can pull those off.
That's fine too. That's fine too. You guys can help me be the banker, and I promise you I will try to be as fair as possible. And I will also say this. I swear this on my children. I do not know which number is in which envelope. So it's not going to help me at all to know that. So what I will do is I will try to read comments, and I'll even pull it up and show you the one that we're going to offer. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. The first 3 envelopes that you want to open are envelopes. Call all 3.
How about 1, 2, and 4?
Okay. Envelopes 1, 2, and 4. Here we go. In envelope number 1, the amount of money that you did not win is $75. You did not win the $75. So I will take and I will scratch that one off to let you know that that number is no longer available. Okay. Okay. That's kind of bad. That's a bad start. That's a bad start. Okay. In envelope number 2, the amount of money that you did not win, you ready? Is, oh no, Christy.
There.
Christy, that's a horrible, horrible, horrible start. Okay, you did not win the 100. Now, not to worry. The 50 is still out there, okay? So there's still hope. There's also a 25.
Probably 4.
This is kind of a bad start, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's all right. It's for fun. It's fun.
It is fun. And then the last envelope before the banker calls, the amount of money you did not win is $2. Okay, that's good. We're going to scratch off that $2. Okay, so with all of the chat being our bankers, can someone please tell me a good amount that we should offer Miss Christy, and she can either choose to continue to play or she'll just go ahead and take the cash and be done. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go with Teresa Eulenhake, I think. Well, Deborah said the same number. They want to offer you $20. You can take $20 and be done, or you can keep playing.
I'm going to say no deal.
No deal to $20. So Miss Deborah, as our first banker, she says no deal. She wants to keep playing. And so that's awesome. At this point, I'm going to remove that comment. And now you have to choose 2 more envelopes. Let me show you what we have remaining. These are our remaining envelopes. You need to choose 2 of these.
How about the 6 and the 9?
You want to choose the 6 and the 9. Okay. All right. So 6 and 9. Here we go. Okay. In envelope number 6. Are you having fun?
I am.
This is a fun game.
Love it. I loved watching it last year with your family. And here I am with you.
Okay. In envelope number 6. Are you nervous?
Nervous. I'm nervous on this one.
Not to worry. It's a $10 bill. We will scratch off the $10 bill. That has been off the table. And then in envelope number 9, here we go, Miss Christy. Look at you, girl. Look at you go. Look at you go. That's wonderful.
Back in the game.
You actually are back in the game.
Good.
Okay, now at this point, it's time for our bankers to give us a call. So I'm looking for a banker. Now, what you still have out there is a 5, a 20, a 25, and a 50. All right, we're going to go with pineapple and strawberry. Pineapple and strawberry says, let's offer her 40 bucks. We could offer you 40 bucks, and you could either take 40 bucks, or there is the possibility of a 50 still out there. So that's a pretty good offer if you ask me. I don't know how the internet feels about that. There's quite a few 30s and 40s coming up. So that's not unheard of. So I'm guessing that would be a pretty decent offer.
It is a good offer, but I'm here for fun, not for the money. So I'm going to no deal. No deal.
If you end up winning $5, you're going to hate yourself for that.
It'll be all right.
PayPal's going to keep more out of that they're going to send you, I'm afraid.
Donate.
Okay. Now, at this point, we go one at a time. You're going to choose one envelope and one envelope only, okay? And I'm going to remind everybody, there's a 5, a 20, a 25, and a 50 still on the table, okay? All right. Miss Christy Smith, please choose. Let me go ahead and remove that comment. And if you'll please choose one envelope.
How about that? Torn between the 5 and the 8. What is the chat saying? 5 or 8?
Okay, chat. She wants to know if you guys want the 5 or the 8. 5 or 8. I'm watching. Sometimes it's a little bit behind. And I will tell you when the numbers start popping up, there's quite a few 8s. There's okay, I will say this in all honesty, there are more 8s than there are 5s, but there are a few 5s.
Okay, let's do the 8 then. Let's go with the majority.
Okay, so those in the chat can agree with me. So you can see it for yourselves. There are more people saying 8. And so Christy says, let's go ahead and go with the 8. We're going to take the 8. And we're going to open this 8. Are you ready?
Ready.
And I am I am so very sorry. That is our 50. Oh no. Now you say you're doing it for fun. It's not about the money.
I am.
So
money's gone.
the money. So what we have left is a 5, a 20, and a 25. So we're waiting for a banker. And a lot of people are saying whammy and oh no and wah and okay, it's okay. So we are waiting for an offer. Our friend Teresa Eulenhake jumps in and says, Lester, offer her 15. I'll try to find that and pull up. Here, same thing. A lot of numbers saying 15. We'll go with this one I could pull up from DS. DS says offer her $15. Now that's what's still out there. And I'm on the wrong side. So 15 is still out there. It's a fair offer, but it's also a 25.
Right. I want that 25. So let's keep going.
Okay. So you say no deal.
Not a quitter.
Okay. Now this is the last one we're going to draw before the banker comes back on. And at that point, you have to choose between the two. Okay. All right. You have a 5 and a 7. A 5 and a 7.
I'm going to have to take out that 5.
Take out the 5. Okay. All right. Envelope number 5. Sweet lady, are you ready?
Ready.
I'm so sorry. You're having the worst luck. Okay. You're having the darn worst luck today.
Well, fun, Lester.
Well, then maybe you're not having such bad luck after all. I'll tell you what. Now, what you have left over here is a 20 and a 5. Now, we're looking for a bank offer. We need a bank offer first between a 20 and a 5. I'm pretty sure what the bank's going to be offering. And here we got one over here from Bobby and Michelle Smith. Says, Lester, give her $10. If she wants $10, you can't even buy eggs or bread for $10. Poor sweet lady. I don't know. This is not much of a Christmas gift for you at all. But I'll be more than happy to find a way to get you $10, or you can still keep going and try to win that 20.
No deal.
She says no deal. She's not going to take the deal. Okay. At this point, you still have one envelope remaining, which is number 7, or over on the wall, you chose number 3. Now, you can either keep number 3, which was your intuition told you 3, or you can, if you have second thoughts, you can swap it out for number 7.
I'm going to keep the 3.
You will keep the 3. Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see.
All right, Miss Christy, this is the amount of money that for all of your hard work with helping moderate, that I am going to be so happy to send you. I am such a cheapskate, sweet lady. Just learn that, okay? Here we go. Are you ready to see your Christmas winnings?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Christy. You win $5.
I knew it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And just to prove it, let's go ahead and open number 7. That was the 20 right over there. So
These games on.
How much fun did you have between 1 and 10?
A 10.
Don't say 5. Don't say 5.
Absolutely a 10.
Oh, that was a whole lot of fun. And I'll tell you what, the blessing today was being able to actually meet you, see you in person, chit chat, get to know a little bit of your story, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the page. I do have to ask you one last question before we let you go. Do you have a favorite of our animals? And you don't have to appease me. I'm hoping that I've done justice over the years of introducing everybody. And do you happen to have one or two that you kind of are drawn to more than the others? And that's okay.
Okay, so Rita was mine because the wild child, I can kind of identify with that.
I bet you can.
And Roman he's taking the cake for me now.
Oh my God. Isn't he wonderful?
He is. I used to have horses, so you're blessed.
So you're a horse person too.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I'm going to tell you something real fast, and I will talk about it more in videos, but I think it's Jamie's story to tell more than mine. But Courtney came by yesterday to do Roman's feet. I think that you know about that. And then whenever Courtney left, she came over here to the Longhorn Lester property to do the other horses. And she said, Jamie, this is kind of powerful. Of all of your horse rescues, the one true rescue, the one that you're going to have to treat like an actual rescue, the one who's always going to be so alert and attentive and cautious, maybe for many, many years to come, will be that Roman. And, we know that all the horses have their challenges. We're not being horse people. We're just trying to learn our way around. But that just made me feel so sad. And, because you have these horses out here, the Voodoos and the Buckies and the Prim and the Storm. And, we had Dixie, we have Rita, and they're all so wonderful. And they all come with the story, like you come with the story. I come with the story. But of all of them, being, no matter if you call it a rescue or a surrender, the one who we're going to have to really learn from and treat like a true animal who's lost his spirit is going to be Roman. And she noticed herself how jumpy he was. She noticed the things that triggered him. Obviously, the whip and anything that resembles anything that could be swung it towards him. Of course, you heard about the indention in his back and all of the things. And so that, in a way, it just broke my heart to hear that. I think I may have kind of sensed it already, but to actually hear somebody who knows horses say that, it just really gives you a whole deeper appreciation of him to walk to that fence and want to be loved, him to walk over and want to be a part of the little gladiator community there with his little cow friends, and all of those things is just very, very powerful. And it makes me love him 100 times more. It really, really, really does.
And if anybody can bring him around to, building his spirit back up, it's you and Jamie. So,
oh Lord, I don't know about that, but I will say this: there will be no lunging. There will be none of those kind of things happen with this horse. He truly is going to live out however many, years, hopefully years we have him. He will truly be a retired horse who will just get the best. And how blessed are we to have him as a part of our happy I'm a Survivor family. So, Christy, you're a beautiful woman inside and out. Thank you so much for letting your light shine. And like I said, your light shined through your comments. And I want to remind the chat that you don't have to actually ever meet someone face to face to shine your light, because I saw this woman's light long before ever meeting her, because today is in fact our first and ever meeting. But I hope to see more of you. Tell your husband I'm so very sorry, and I hope I don't cause any more drama with families. But there's a lot of ladies that talk too much about Lester these days, and in the good way, the harmless way.
Well, I married a confident older man, so
there you go. All right, well, that's what some people need. That's
yes.
perfect. You married a Roman, then you married a Roman. That's wonderful. Well, everyone is being so kind in the comments. When you have time, be a Lester now, not a Vanessa, but be a Lester. Go back and read the comments, because people are being very kind to you, showing you all kinds of love. And I think that you've just found you a lot of new friends. So they're going to love seeing you comment on their comments. So
thank you guys. Thank you, Leslie.
Christy. And hey, that $5, I know you can't wait for it, but it'll be in the mail.
I have to ask you, how many times have you said hi to hello to random people now? Have you caught yourself starting to say hi to hello?
Yeah. Yeah, but what's worse is when people tell me hi to hello, who I, from Tractor Supply or to other places. So I think it's kind of funny, but
yeah.
It is what it is. Things catch on, Things catch on. It's words.
Well, you have a wonderful day.
Hey, you too, sweet lady. Thank you for joining. I know it took some time out of your day. Now time for some coffee for you. Time for your coffee. You can finally wake up, okay, and enjoy your day.
Thank you. I'm not sure how to get out of here, so you'll have to cut me out.
I will. Hey, I'm going to do something I would never have thought of doing before. I'm going to have to kick you off the channel. I'm going to just kick you out. Thank you, lady. Bye now. See you later. Bye. What a wonderful, seriously, y'all, what a really sweet, sweet lady was she. And I had no idea. I had no idea she was going to be such a light, a bright and shiny light. It's funny that a lot of us get to know each other through the chat. And I'll tell you what, I remember reading yesterday a comment that someone said about how can they become a moderator. And then someone else replied that Lester just picked them. And that's true. I didn't do any kind of interview. I just picked people who could kind of help manage the page, people who I thought would be fair, people who I thought would not be mean, people who I thought could help manage and kind of keep the page running smooth. And so that was the name of a lady who I did not know from the next guy. But what I did notice, it seemed like on every darn video, be it from I'm a Survivor or Longhorn Lester's, even some of my family members' channels, I'm always seeing this Christy Smith and a positive, just such positivity. And then to find out from her just now a little bit about her story, that she wasn't just born and raised with so much positivity. She's gone through a time in her life, her own rock bottom. She didn't say those words. I'm putting those words into her mouth. But Miss Christy has found a way through her very own rock bottom, y'all, finding herself addicted to substances and then finding herself locked up, incarcerated, where the incarceration was a way to kind of break her from her habits. And now to find herself married to a wonderful man, living in a beautiful, beautiful state, being Hawaii, and on an island, and doing missionary type work. So what an inspiration. And I think that we can all strive to try to let our light shine similar to the way that Miss Christy shines her light, not just to me and as a moderator, but also to the channel. So thank you, Miss Christy, for joining us. Now, to get her $5. She is really, really sweet. So I'm hoping that each week, each Friday of the month, I can get a different moderator to join us. I'm not sure everyone's schedule. I know some ladies work and some are very busy, so there are certain times, but I will absolutely try to get a different moderator each week. And then I also invited Courtney to join today. She was unable to, but you all know that Courtney came out yesterday and worked a lot with Roman. She also came over and did all of the horses' hooves here. Just kind of did a welfare check. And then there were 3 big takeaways from Courtney's visit yesterday. And I talked about them in my video, but I'll also go ahead and just kind of remind you all again if you happen to miss it. But I call it the good, the bad, and the ugly of Courtney's visit. The good is that Courtney was able to have a command of Roman enough to get him to get a halter and a lead. And then she was able to she knew enough commands that he already had been taught in his previous life to get him to, am I saying this is the Roman update? Yes, Roman. To get him to give her his feet. And she was able to get some work done on his front feet. And of course, he was a little bit more difficult on the back, a little bit more jumpy. And so she reminded us that because of his history, his past, it's very unlikely that they had actual farriers come out to work on him. Instead, the owner would put him into, they call them stocks. I don't know what they are. And I am not trying to show any disrespect to the cultures of the Amish community. As a matter of fact, I have always admired the Amish for their ingenuity and ways to listen. Let's just face it. If the world ever goes into a bad place, the Amish will still be around when all of us die of starvation. The Amish and communities like the Amish they will thrive. They will take over the world because they've learned, they've continued to do things the old way. And so there are people who have talked poorly of the ways of the way they treated horses and stuff. And yes, it also bothers me to know that Roman has such a very deep scarring there, where he also carried a harness for many, many years. And I would refer to that as the ugly part of Courtney's visit, to discover that. It's not something you can see. It's only something you can feel if you put your hand around his mane. But he absolutely has some very deep wounds from the years of pulling the harness, I'm guessing. And so we also found out that the age of Roman is quite a bit older than what we were told by Miss Barbara, the sweet lady who offered him to us. And guys, if I came across as being brash or rude to Miss Barbara yesterday, that was not my intention. From what I understand, she may have been on the live, and I don't think that she appreciated the fact of us saying that he had been mistreated in his previous. I think that, or that he came with a lot of misinformation. I'm certain that Miss Barbara only told us what she had been told. And so I did not mean, and I have not talked to her about that necessarily, but I hope that did not mean that Miss Barbara was nothing but a liar. But maybe it did come across that way. I didn't mean it that way. But we know that Roman is an older horse, and he's going to probably not have a long life with us, because you all know, and you can do your own research, that generally speaking, and this is generally, you may be the exception, but larger draft horses, those like Roman who've been worked, don't really have a long life. Whereas a lot of horses, just regular horses, may live to be 25, 30, 35 years old. That's not the case with workhorses the size of Roman. And so let's hope that we can get more years out of him. But if he is already 20-ish, then we can just try to give him the best remaining years of his life. And let's hope that he's happy and he's well fed and he learns to love Rita, and that Rita is not the end of him, because that could happen too, y'all. So Anyways, that's the update on Roman. This morning, I did go live from waking up at the JL, and Roman's fine. He's enjoying having pretty feet and hands and toes and all those things that girls love so much. Rita also has her hands and feet all done pretty. So we do believe that they'll be meeting each other early next week. We do have some rain coming through this weekend. We also have some a big wedding coming up. So we're going to be busy over here. And then I will attempt to get Rita loaded on Monday if I can. And we will make that drive over. And then as soon as we get there, we will go live. And then I will give you heads up. I'll give you plenty of warning when we drop Roman off with Rita. And let's hope that that goes. And that's a beautiful reunion. Now, I'm going to remind you all of what Mr. Rick said. Rick Gore, who we trust as in our circle of horse people. He says, you don't want to just sit around and watch, because a lot of people will not be able to understand any of the kicking and the biting and the establishing of a pecking order. And so Rick said that what you might be wise to do, Lester, is just back that trailer up, drop Rita off, and just go back and watch from a distance. And so in saying so, I want you all to be prepared that we generally do video everything. Going live is a bit risky, because what we don't want to have is everyone going crazy if you see Rita do kick or if you see a bite. But I love the fact that people are saying true and facts. And this is where we're going to need the horse people to really come together and support us on this. Because even though we don't always agree on everything, there is one thing that I think that we can all agree on, in the fact that horses are going to establish a pecking order. And we can only speculate if Rita will demand that top spot or if Roman will take that top spot. And so for the Nancys of the world who are saying, do not video, Nancy, I will video, because I will hope to capture magical moments. So I will video. But as far as being live, that will be a live that you may or may not want to watch. So thank you to the horse people for telling me right now that, yes, do what Rick said. They're going to squeal. They're going to kick. They're going to bite. I'm just reading. There are others. Russell says, Lester, I really want to watch it. And I do think that there's more people who will want to see the real life interaction than a dodo video of horses running together side by side. Because don't forget, anybody can take and edit the video and chop out all of the ugly and the bad. But we're a channel who've always prided ourselves on showing you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so I would prefer to stay true to that. But that's what's going to happen if I'm videoing it or if I'm not. So it really will be up to you to say, you know what, I'm just going to wait until maybe day 3 before I start watching. Okay. And so we all hope that Rita will come out and be equally impressed as we are. And she will see that gentle giant and she will love him and he will love her. And that those two will live a very happily ever after, no matter how much time we have left with Roman. And that's what I'm praying for. But if in fact Rita gets out and continues to be that little fireball that she is, Rick also said you can leave the calves, and so did Courtney. So those calves are not going to compete in that pecking order. So they will not be a part of the riffraff. It will be a real simple thing of Roman and Rita. Now, I've thought about I just kind of considered possibly moving the calves back over to the other side of the pasture. So I might can do that, and that will be just maybe. But I just don't want to have any extra distractions. But I can promise you that Rita will focus on Roman. Roman will focus on Rita. And those little gladiators will not be in the way. They're not going to affect the Rita-Roman show, if you will. So, okie doke. So at this point, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. I've talked what I was going to talk about. There's nothing else that I had an agenda to discuss. But I see people who are agreeing. So yes, I do trust the Ricks and the Courtneys and what they tell us and what they share with us. Neither one would have a reason to steer us wrong. So yes, it is question time, says Keisha. She goes, okay, question time. Monet says, Lester, are you ready for the wedding? So I will say yes, I am ready for the wedding. I'm nervous for the wedding. I'm so very proud of Ellie. And I think that you already know how I feel about Megan. I've even joked recently and said that the fact that Ellie, my son, found something in Megan. She's smart and she's pretty and she's just very well spoken. And so there is so much to be desired in finding a bride to be like Megan. And for Ellie to ask her to be his wife, his partner for life, there was no surprise in that at all. My joke, though, was the fact that Megan said yes to Ellie. That's the surprise. And that's also a joke. But yes, I'm very proud for both Ellie and Megan. I've already welcomed Megan into the family. So Megan also accepts me. And that's not easy, friends. I'm going to tell you right now that I've not always shown my best side to Ellie and Megan. I have had a couple of moments where I am disappointed in myself for not explaining things better. And I've had to, you really want to make sure that they continue everything with the sanctuary that you had established for all of those years. And we've had some conversations in the past where I did not choose my words wisely. But Megan has learned to accept my apologies, and I could not be happier. We love her, and I say love in the deepest sense of the word. We love Megan, and I'm very proud for the both of them. And so I will be going to pick up my suit. Jamie's last call today is at 2:00. So I do believe that whenever her call is over, hopefully she and I can go get something to eat and go pick up my suit. And then, of course, my son Lex is going to be in the wedding. So I'll have to get him there early, make sure he's all dressed. It's going to be a very busy day. So I will go ahead and just let you know right now that do not expect a Sunday night live. I really don't know if we'll be back home in time to go live on Sunday night, which if we're not, this will be the first live that we've had to miss in a very long time. But I think that you understand we have an afternoon/evening wedding. And then I have to get Lex back home. So it's going to be tough to be back and be going by 8 p.m. So just understand, if we cannot, then we will try to make up for it in some way. But we will absolutely do whatever videos we can and make sure that you all get to see as much of the wedding as what Ellie and Megan want to share of their wedding. Okay? I'm not going to skip the week. I still have a living to make, Miss Denise. I still have to make a living here, okay? But no, I'm absolutely going to enjoy my weekend with Ellie and Megan. Do it from the truck. Now, that's not a bad idea. We used to do that. That's not a bad idea. And from the truck, we can talk about all of the things. So if that's not a bad idea, I didn't see who messaged that, but that's a really wonderful idea. Just, we will probably be in the truck by 8. And if we're in the truck by 8, go live from the truck. Find us a signal at the Starbucks or at the Panera Bread and just go live from the truck. And that might be a possibility. Absolutely. Okay. Vanessa's having flashbacks from those lives in the truck. Boy, we did that for a long time, didn't we? You ever think about the progression of the page? Whenever you watch these throwback videos that we've been posting a little bit of recently, the old times, and you see how far we've come. I was trying to screen record a video that I no longer have access to except by going back into my archives on YouTube. And I wanted to replay it because it was beautiful. But I'm like, this thing is 28 minutes long. So I start screen recording. And would you know, at 15 minutes in, my phone run out of memory space. And so we don't make those long videos anymore. We try to streamline it down to what our audience asks for. And even though there are a few people who do like the longer videos, by and far, most people don't have time for a 28-minute video. And then don't forget, those are the days where it was only Lester. There weren't other channels to, compete for your time. There was no Jamie channel. There was no LE. There was no Pawpaw. There was nobody else, just Lester. And so I can make a 30-minute video, and I feel like it could be a good video. But now I know time is short, and you guys have a life on your own. You guys are busy, and to devote any amount of time to us is just a true blessing. So, is Megan here? I don't think Megan would be here, and I'll tell you why. Wait, is Megan here? I don't think Megan is here, and I'll tell you why I think that. I'm watching the comments to see if she is here, because I actually invited Megan to join me on this live. Wait a minute. Molly says Megan is here. Megan, you still have the invite, Megan. Hold on a minute. Megan. This is a look you've never seen before, Megan. With my chewed up dog hat and all, Megan. So what happened was I invited Megan to join us today and talk about her upcoming weekend. And she replied right away. And she goes, I'm so sorry I can't. And I'm like, come on, Megan, people need to see you. And Megan's like, listen, I'm out with all of my bridesmaids. I'm out with my bridesmaids. We're all having lunch. I'm like, okay, Megan, fine. I says, y'all can all do it together. And she's like, Lester, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, okay, Megan, I'm not going to give you a hard time, but I'm cutting you out of my will. You're officially out of my will. Luckily, LE's still in it, though. Luckily, LE will still be in it. So, Megan, just stick with LE long enough, and you might find yourself driving a John Deere tractor, okay? I guess I'll leave you in the will, Megan. I guess I'll leave you in the will. And then you might one day have a John Deere tractor. How about that? It has a cab, Megan. You've never even seen this tractor yet, Megan. You will love it. It has a radio too, and an air conditioner and a heater. I will say that I've never had to use the AC yet. I've only had to use the heater. So I'm hoping the AC works. Hold on. Megan says she will join you if you send a link. Guys, I don't believe you for a minute. There ain't no way Megan's going to join me. Listen, if I know Megan, there ain't no way she's going to join. Megan would never say that she would or she would not and then join. But no, I sent Megan a link, and look, there's her link. And as you can see, there's no Megan. Wouldn't it be nice if she would join, though? Wouldn't that be so cool? We could all see Megan.
Can we see Megan?
Wait, something's happening.
Can you see me?
No.
I don't know what's happening.
We can hear you.
You can hear me?
We can hear you.
Why can't you see me?
Can you all hear Megan, or is that just my imagination?
It says I'm in the show. Everyone can see and hear me. Like, I just turned my camera off and now it's on. Oh, wait, I know what the problem is. Hold on.
You all can see her?
You can see me? I can't see myself.
It says you have to allow your camera. We can only hear you, Megan, but that's okay.
I have allowed my camera. What do I do? Hold on. Camera. Front camera. Yeah, front camera. Try restarting the device.
Oh, no.
I'm out in the woodlands, so, like, I don't know. Hold on.
So, Megan just left. She, left on her own. She, completely left on her own. She's like, I'm out. This ain't working. Well, we heard her for a moment. We're going to stick around for a minute. I know my hour's up, but we're not leaving, y'all. If we can actually get a chance to see Megan out with her bridesmaids, that would be fun. Is that illegal? Can the father of the groom see the bride? Is that going to be like a taboo? No, it's not a taboo. We can't see her right now, but we're going to try to find her if she ever gets back on here.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
It's okay. We can hear you. You want to just talk, have a little talking interview?
Yeah, I'll talk. You just get to look at a black screen though, unless everybody can see me, but I can't see myself.
No one can see you, but there was something that you had done at one point that put your thumbnail up there.
I'll do that. There
So
you go.
we can see your thumbnail now with a little thumbs up. Is that you?
Yeah, that would be me. I've done everything that you're like supposed to do for the camera. I don't understand what the problem is.
That's cute. Where are you at in that picture?
I'm at my parents' house in the middle of the road.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see the road. I see some really big trees. Wasn't sure where that was at.
Huh?
So, what are you and the girls out doing today?
We just came out to do like my bachelorette like lunch style thing, and we went over all of the timeline for the day of essentially just getting together and getting stuff done.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is this? Wedding
What part
planning?
of it? Oh,
The wedding planning.
It depends, like who you have around you and who like your venue and stuff is. So my venue's really good about like this week they've been on top of everything, but everything else that I've done by myself, it's just a lot of emails, like
Yeah.
really, and a lot of decision making. And I don't care, I'm just like, so go with the flow. Like, yeah, let's just do it. And they want very specific answers. Like, when do you want the lights turned off? Or when do you want this to happen? And I'm like, I don't know. Just make it happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions coming up, Megan. I don't know if you want to answer questions. Let me just talk to you, just you and me for a minute, though.
Yeah.
You do know that I suggested to Ellie months ago. I mean months ago. I said, son, why don't y'all consider like hiring a wedding planner? Was that something y'all did not want to do? I said, I'll pay for it, but that will take all the pressure off of you guys and let someone who maybe knows their ins and outs of all of these things plan it, and you guys just show up and do the ceremony. Is that not?
I didn't really want to, just because I like a lot of control. So I'm like a glutton for punishment, honestly. Like,
Okay.
so like I'll take it. And as stressful as it was some days, really like having Ellie by my side was really the game changer. There was a few days where he would just be like, okay, like, what do you really have to get done tonight? Or
Yeah.
are you just having like an existential crisis and you're just freaking out over the things in the next couple days? Like, calm down. It's okay. Your world's not ending. And so he's really good about leveling out with me there and like being like, the world's not ending, Megan, it's okay. But I do have a coordinator. So she has been there helping me. It's more so been like, I send all of the stuff to her. So she would send me like a questionnaire and I would answer all the questions on it, and then she would make it happen from there. So it's like kind of a halfway point between a whole planner versus coordinator kind of thing.
I get it. Okay. Well, that helps a little bit too, I guess. So they kind of like coordinate, which is kind of the same thing.
Oh,
and
for sure.
But you're still involved in everything.
Yeah, I still do have to make the decision. And then you ask Ellie, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm cool with anything." And it's like, buddy,
Yeah, he's a guy, Megan. He's a guy.
Help. I know.
Don't forget, he's from Mars, and you're from Venus.
Yep, that's
Do
it.
you know that analogy? You know about that book?
I do. Yes.
Okay. You know that's very true, right? That book is very true.
I've learned that living with a man now. I've learned it. There are some times that he's just on another planet, literally.
I'm going to tell you something, and this is also a small part of the slot that I will get to talk at your wedding.
Okay.
If you don't mind me saying this now.
No, go ahead.
There are some things that I feel like I did a really good job at with Ellie whenever growing up. I think that I tried to nature him the best that I could.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you one thing that I never did, and I never really worked on him, the nurturing side. And what I've seen with Ellie, and this may just be from me being an outsider, is he has learned how to love you really, really hard. And I hate the fact that I was not able to teach him how to. That's all his mama. And I don't, us Morrow men are not known for being the most sweetest or the kindest or the most thoughtful. But Ellie, every chance he gets, you can just see the love he has for you by his different displays of love and affection, and be it his his love languages, if you will. And
Mhm.
and I'm really admiring his mom for making sure that she was able to teach him those things,
Mhm.
because he loves you more than he loves anything else in life.
You're gonna make me cry again.
Well,
Again.
I think that sometimes it might be a little bit much. It may be sometimes overbearing. But I will say that something about LE is he's always fixated on things he has an interest in.
Yeah.
And for the last several years, he has a fixation on making you happy and trying to please you. And that's a side of him that I love to see. And I just feel like an ass that I'm nowhere in that. I never taught him that. And I wish I would have more credit. But he's amazing.
He
With
really is. You
dedication.
raised an amazing son.
So when
I'm
he comes to you and says, Megan, you're okay, and what can I do, and whatever else he does, and the names that he calls you, his pet names, and all of those things, I just find that to be like, where the hell did that come from? Because I never thought of that, but I love that about him. He loves you so very much, and
he does. He
and
does.
he's so. Well, listen, I don't want to keep you. Is there anything you want to share with us? I'm not going to interrogate you and ask you all the details, even though there's a lot of questions popping up and coming up through here.
we're just really excited. It's going to be a great day. It still doesn't feel real. Like I'm sitting here and I'm actively like doing wedding things today. And it hasn't hit me yet that like, oh, hey, you're like actually getting married on Sunday. Like this is a thing. It's happening. Like it hasn't set in. And the same thing. And I told Ellie this was going to happen because when he went to Kansas City last weekend, he's like, the week before, he's like, you're not upset that I'm leaving? And I was like, it's just really not bothering me right now. But then come Friday night, the night before he left, I'm like just in tears. And he's like, you knew I was leaving. And I was like, I was really banking on like it not happening. And I told him, I said, it's going to be the exact same thing of like, it hasn't set in yet that we're actually at our wedding date. Like that doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel real that we're actually here. So
no,
just trying to soak it all in.
I know, Megan. I can't imagine, and then I will also, and I'm sure Ellie's told you, but both of my weddings were done in Vegas. So I don't know how this feels. I've never experienced that. I took the easy way out, if you will. Fun weddings.
It's different. Everybody likes different things.
Yeah, well, it was easy and it was cheap, and at the time there was no money. And so to find a way to Vegas and then find the little white chapel, which is world famous, I'll just let you know it's world famous. And but no, that was crazy. But I'm so excited for you guys. And you just have to always remember that if there's anything that you need from us, we are as much for you. I mean, Ellie's my flesh and blood, but we also equally love and support you. And make sure that you utilize Ellie's mom. I know that now this is just my personal thing. I know she's not as easygoing as I am. Okay.
Okay.
But she has taught Ellie a lot. And I think that I think Ellie still values her. And so if you need to sometimes, unload about Ellie, you might go to her and she'll find a way to convey that to Ellie, I hope. So, or just go to your brother and he can just beat the snot out of him. Either way will work, okay?
Oh, my brother wouldn't do that for me, I don't think. He's all the way in College Station.
I'm playing. We don't want anyone to beat Ellie up for being overbearing. But listen, we love you, Megan. We love you so much, and we're so excited about your special day. And a timeline, I know that Lex is a part of the wedding, so I'm guessing he'll be showing up early, and then you'll just have to let us know, because Ellie doesn't tell us a whole lot till last minute. So just
I know.
Let me and Jamie know what time you need us there, what time you want us there, what we can help out with before, during, after. We are at you. This is your weekend. We are at your beck and call.
Yes, I will. We're finishing up here, and I will send you everything. Isn't Lex at G's though?
He's going to stay at G's. And then I'm guessing that G will get him dressed that morning, help him get dressed. And then I'm hoping that your photographer will make sure he's tucked in and all of those things.
So I think he's actually going to ride to the venue with Ellie.
Okay.
I think is what is happening. Again, you don't hear much. I sometimes don't hear much either.
Yeah. No, LE did say that he will take Lex with him to the venue. But my only worry is that Lex is not really used to putting on a, he doesn't dress up. So I'm hoping that if I'm not there, and that's fine if y'all don't need me there early, but just someone's going to probably have to say, Lex, let me fix your belt. Let me fix your shirt. Let me tuck you in right. The things that kids just don't know.
Yeah, I completely agree. The coordinator will be doing that. She told me, she goes, don't worry, I've got the boys sorted. You don't have to worry about it. I was like, awesome.
And if you or if Ellie or if Lex, if y'all want me there early, I'll be more than happy to come as early as you need me. And I'm more than happy to do that. So just let me know what you need from me. And I will be there. This is your weekend and we'll do all that we can to make it a little bit less stressful for you guys.
We appreciate it. I will send you some of the timeline details when I get a chance tonight.
All right. Sounds good. Well, y'all have a fun day. And we love you so very much. And I'm so proud. And thank you again for choosing or allowing Ellie, allowing him to choose you. That, like I said in my did Ellie share my video with you that I sent?
Yes, he did. And I laughed my butt off.
It was a no-brainer for Ellie to ask Megan because she's smart and she's pretty and all those things. But the jaw dropper was that she said yes to Ellie.
He's a special one, that's for sure.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. But I promise you, he will love you forever. He will love you for the rest of your days, Megan. And that's something to be said about that.
Thank you for letting me join, though.
All right, Megan, we love you, and we'll talk to you.
We love you.
All right, bye-bye, Megan.
Bye.
It's going to be a special weekend, but like you could hear from Megan herself, it's going to be busy, y'all. It's going to be busy for her and Ellie and everybody else. My parents will be heavily involved, and Jamie and I will be heavily involved, and we still have the animals and all of those things. So we will make this happen. There'll be a whole lot. And like I said, I don't know if Megan has plans to have anything videoed. If not, I can promise you my dad will have that darn tripod doing this the whole time. It's going to be the most, you'll get so dizzy and you'll have all of the things going on. But I promise you my dad will have this video camera out the whole time. I'm not. I'm going to just enjoy the moment and enjoy my son getting married. So I will grab pictures and videos when I can, but I really want to make sure I grab and I hold on to that moment here that I can see with my real eyes, not see through a 3x5 camera lens. So just understand that, okay? But listen, thank y'all. Thank you so much for joining today. And I want to once again tell Miss Christy how blessed we are to have her as a moderator for the channel, and that, what a beautiful light that she shines, her inside and her outside. Just a gorgeous woman, friends. And thank you all for loving us so much and putting up with all of us. So have a fun day. I will say real fast, I know that you guys are ready to go, but 2 really awesome videos coming out today. One at 3 o'clock, and then the 6 o'clock video is going to be a fun one. I'll tell you why. Here's what I did. I took snippets from all of the videos or the live videos from this week, and I chopped them up into little tiny snippets. And so what I want you to do, if you're up for the challenge, is give yourself a grade. So here's how you do it. You start off with 100 points. All right. You start off with 100 points and you watch the video. And for every scene that you don't remember, you deduct 1 point. Oh, 99. Oh, 98. 97. And when the video's over, you give yourself a grade, and that will tell you how big of a page follower are you? How many videos have you seen? Because I took snippets from a lot, okay? And it's not always from the beginning. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And at the very end, you give yourself a grade of how many videos you actually caught. So that'll be a lot of fun to see what your grades are. And I'm going to do it on every Friday now. That helps me a lot. I have all these things in my phone from the week. I call it a week in review. I did one last week, and I'll do one again today. It comes out at 6 o'clock this afternoon. The 3 o'clock video is all about Rita, y'all. Rita, and saying our goodbyes to Rita. So I think that you'll love both of those. I really do. And I know I've already had you for an hour. Sheesh. Thank y'all for watching. We love you, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. I promise, okay?
Survivor. I'm a survivor, survivor. Who will be the ultimate survivor? Let's find out when you spend a day in our shoes. All you creators, our sanctuary is waiting. Who will win the title? Well, it could be you. Survivor, survivor. I'm a survivor.